If you were to take this frame, that scoreline would be duplicated. Extraordinary.
Playing aggressively, excellent pot, played in such a way that it was finishing top side of the ball colour. If he wasn't 5-0 behind here, you would expect him to score quite heavily from this position. The way the match has gone thus far, anything above 30 seems hard work.
3.
Like all of the great champions, though, Willie, Hendry has got
11.
That pride of performance. He does not want to be whitewashed.
Needed that to check up with side there. Unfortunately for him, he played it plain ball. This black is not straightforward. Very good recovery. Going to have to come in and out of baulk though with this red. Doesn't have an angle to hold for baulk colour. Good pot on the black, that.
We've seen some extraordinary turnarounds in high-class professional snooker over the years.
24.
Paul Hunter coming back from 7-2 down in the Masters final to beat O'Sullivan 10-9. This, though, I think would
25.
Be the most remarkable comeback.
Yes, I think these two great players have put a lot of punishment on lots of players over the years. But the way Ronnie's playing, you would expect him to have at least another 2, maybe 3 chances in the next few frames.
32.
It's tough to see Hendry winning 6 on the trot.
33.
He's too straight. May have to play for the red in the middle pocket now. I don't think he can get on it into the corner. There's the angle. Oh, decided to leave the fine cut. Not guaranteed to know where the cue ball is going to end up here.
40.
Well, only a modest 41 break, but his highest of the match. Chance here also off the yellow to go into the reds.
And with a good split, could become a frame winning opportunity, but when you're 5-0 behind, that's the kind of splits you get.
43.
The white's going in the pack at a perfect angle, and unfortunately for him, he's covered everything up. End of break. Very, very unfortunate.
Stephen Hendry 43.
If you're 5-0 in front, you go into the pack like that, the reds fit perfectly. Has Ronnie got away with this? Well, it's nothing straightforward. Red in the middle or the corner, both of which are into a slightly blind pocket. Nothing pots in that corner.
Time out.
Looks like it's possibly the easier shot is in the middle, because he can hold it for both pink or blue. If he plays it in the corner, he's going to have to hold for the black. So it's one of those tricky angles where you're not sure which is the easier pot. He's playing it into the green pocket. Or he was.
Using another timeout for contemplation.
Well, from this angle here, it looks like he's catching this thin, but we'll know in a second. That's exactly where he was aiming. Well, I'm right behind the line of the shot, and I thought to myself, this is thin.
And it could be the thin end of the wedge.
Been unlucky on two occasions there, Stephen, really. Went into the pack, could have finished better than he did. Ronnie played a very poor safety shot, got away with it. That could be his last shot.
O'Sullivan before tonight led Hendry 24-18 in career meetings, and very significantly he'd won 8 of their previous appearances in finals. 8 of 12.
7.
Well, it's tough to see where the miss is going to come from, the way the balls are spread. It hasn't been vintage, O'Sullivan. It was vintage yesterday evening when he played
14.
a Steve Davis in form. It was so nice to see Steve still competing
15.
at the highest level, and Ronnie managed to win the match 5-3. This has just really been taking chances after Hendry's missed. Ronnie hasn't done an
22.
awful lot on his own, i.e. getting in with great pots.
23.
But when he's in the balls, he looks very sharp.
He's 30 tomorrow, is Ronnie O'Sullivan. Later in the month, Tiger Woods
30.
turns 30. In one respect, they're very,
31.
very similar. They've taken their respective sports to a whole new level.
Yes, I think that's a great analogy, because both those two players you're talking about, when they're at the top of their game, they're tough to beat. But let's not forget at the last tournament where John Higgins
38.
beat Ronnie O'Sullivan 9-2 and played some of the best snooker I've ever seen.
Touching ball.
So Higgins is still a player to be a force in every tournament to come. Good recovery, needs a good kiss, and he hasn't got it.
39.
Hendry may get back to the table. I don't think he'll play a pot here. Thin safety shot off the pink and try and get the cue ball down in behind the green. That's the kind of line there, just flick off the pink and try and get the cue ball in behind the green.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 39.
A tempter for Stephen, but the way he's played tonight, this is tough.
He must be feeling awfully demoralised.
The problem is, though, Phil, he's not making life difficult for Ronnie, is he? Ronnie's got in at least 3 occasions of the 5 frames he's won by not having to play a difficult shot, and that was another example there. He'll be very disappointed. This is a major final. He has Ronnie O'Sullivan in the winning post. Or did he play the snooker?
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
When you're in form, you cannot believe the things that happen to you. That is incredible.
O'Sullivan just 1 frame away from picking up a cheque for £87,000. And he might have to wait at least 1 more frame for that windfall.
And amazingly enough, that's just gone that 2 inches too far for the cut into the middle. When he misses, he's just getting away with it all the time, Ronnie, at the moment. He's got another chance at this red. The
wind out of Hendry's sails, though. The body language screams negativity.
I think he's excited, the fact that he could beat Hendry 6-0. And I think it's getting to Ronnie. He knows he's got Hendry exactly where he wants him. And that's the first time I've seen Ronnie twitch for many, many tournaments. Hendry surely will take the frame from here.
Well, I suppose O'Sullivan can look on the bright side if he does lose this frame. A, we'll be provided with more entertainment, and B, he'll have another chance of a £1,000 bonus for a century break.
6.
Yeah, so it could be 88,000 then, not 87. If he uses the rest, he's not bound to get onto the brown. When he is, he's going to have to use the rest, so it's not over yet, this frame. Needs really good cueing here. If he didn't need the rest there, that would have been a certainty. But he finished in such a position that it was very tough.
.11 points behind. So O'Sullivan needs the 5 remaining colours. Sensibly calling a timeout. Got plenty of them left.
Exactly the same scenario here. Ronnie's faced with exactly the same shot. The fact that he can play left-handed makes it a big bonus here. Don't know whether he's exactly straight on this, whether he's got to screw back or run through. He can run through. That shot with the rest would have been so much more difficult.
3.
But so is this brown. This is odds against to get good position. That wasn't easy at all.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 3.
It's a cliche, isn't it, Willie? The last frame is the hardest to win. But it's proving so here for O'Sullivan.
Well, that is a prime example of how badly he's cueing. That I don't think I've ever seen Stephen Hendry miss a ball by that far. That was a foot away. Unbelievable. This tournament didn't deserve a match like this. It's been a great tournament. Both these two players have played fantastic throughout the league. Tonight, it hasn't been Hendry's day.
9.
The Black for his 34th career title and 5th Premier League crown. Ronnie O'Sullivan whitewashed Mark Williams in last season's Bedford